Hello, guys. How are you? How's everyone doing? It's nice to be here. Thank you again for joining me at Cassie's Corner. I'm Cassie. I had a thought. I thought that this is October, kind of middle October, and that people get ready to be wed. New wedding people, younger people. They have weddings in the spring or the beginning of the summer, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just give them a quick little hints, little songs to go by, something to go by, so that they're not just all out there floating. Maybe, a little bit of advice would help ease the nerves a little bit. So I have top 10 songs, and I have top 10 flowers that are used in bouquets, and then I have some extra flowers. Three extra kinds of flowers that I thought about using in bouquets and some of their meaning. And so that way that this part is kind of easier for you. I realize that people use flowers due to aesthetics or things like this, but in this way, you can also use symbolization in your marriage, maybe to hope for happiness and prosperity and wealth and devotion and purity and all that kind of stuff in your wedding. So that way, it'll be easier for you to decide what you want in your wedding. And first, we have the top 10 songs. Some of these are okay. I think the songs depend on you, your personal nature. It depends on if you're a soulful type person or if you're a modern type person. It just depends on your personal level. But I have suggestions. I have 10 suggestions right here, and they're kind of all awesome. I really like all of them. And I would probably use them for my wedding had I to choose over again. I probably will never get married again, but that's neither here nor there. And number one, we have Perfect, and that's from Ed Sheeran. That is a good wedding song. And number two, I think this should be at least in the top, like number one, and that's At Last with Etta James, especially if you like that soulful, kind of classic, devotional type love. That kind of wedding song you would have. 1,000 Years is more modern. It's Christina Perri. I know a preacher that does a lot of, a pastor that does a lot of weddings, and he says that this one is probably the number one song that he uses in the weddings, and he says that every time it comes on, he cries. So it's, he's a preacher, he hears it all the time, it still makes you cry. You're like, ah. Marry Me by Train. It is a whimsical type upbeat song. It is so cute. I love that song. I think this would be the one that I really would choose for my wedding because I'm that whimsical, silly type person. It's not a funny song. I'm not saying it's funny. It's just more whimsical, more upbeat, more frivolous. Everybody takes their marriage seriously. Everybody should take their marriage seriously, but the wedding itself should not be so serious. Let's have a little fun with it. Number 5, and this is a classic all in itself, and this is Elvis Presley's I Can't Help Falling in Love. If you like the Elvis Presley era, if you have a grandma or grandpa that have that Elvis Presley love, want to include them and they're not with you, that would be the perfect song for you. All of Me by John Legend. That is a modern love song that, of course, I suggest playing at your wedding. I really think this one is the be all end all. It should fight for number one. And that was number 6, All of Me, John Legend. Number 7, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. If you're into the big hair band, the rock band era, that kind of thing, and you want to include Aerosmith, or it reminds you of like a missed family member or whatever, this would be the song to choose. You Are the Best Thing. I have no idea how to say this man's name, but please. I don't recall hearing this song, but it's Ray LaMontagne? Ray LaMontagne? I don't know. Please forgive me if I messed up your name, but I don't remember hearing the song at all. That was number 8, You Are the Best Thing. Number 9, Thinking Out Loud. That is also a beautiful, modern-esque song to include in your wedding day to help you with happy wishes and that kind of thing. This is also a classic that maybe you want to include if you're missing somebody and you want to include them in your wedding. You want to represent them in some form or fashion, and that is Unchained Melodies, and that is by the Righteous Brothers. That is number 10. Now we're going to go on to the flowers. Roses is number one, of course, and it is what I used in my bouquet also. Red roses, red and white roses. But it also depends on the color of the rose, what it would mean. The white would have been purity in my case, and the red meant love. But that's up to you. If you want to choose another color, look that up before you incorporate it into your wedding, if you want to symbolize that kind of thing. Tulips are number 2. There's 75 different species, and it means consuming love. It would also be perfect for this spring Easter type weddings. The pink tulips, the blue tulips, I think that would be an awesome, awesome color for your wedding if you are into the colorful type wedding thing. Lily of the Valley. They're scented and small, and it grows during the fall and spring, and it means happiness, sweetness. It says humidity, but I'm wondering if it was typo, I meant humility. That's up to you to decide. And springtime, it also means springtime. These are beautiful, beautiful white flowers, and they were the Queen Elizabeth, the late Majesty's favorite flowers. They were included in her wedding bouquet, and they were also included in her coronation bouquet, and they meant a lot to her. So those are her favorite flowers. The Stephanotis is a waxy fragrant, also known as Madagascar jasmine. If you've ever smelled jasmine, it is the most wonderful smell in the world. It's native to Africa, Madagascar, Australia, and blooms to be up to 10 feet high, and it symbolizes marital happiness. It might be quite expensive to have such an exotic flower in your wedding bouquet, but if that's your budget, then, that's what that means. A sweet pea is either purple, coral pink, or white. It symbolizes pleasure. Those are also a very fragrant type, sweet, sweet flower. I love the scent of a sweet pea. It's just awesome. And the gardenia means purity and happiness. Love the fragrant smell of a gardenia if you're into that kind of thing for your wedding. We also have at number 7, we have the ranunculus. And those colors are apricot, pale yellow, white, orange. I think I have a picture. It's going to show it's kind of a pinkish red kind of thing. And it means charm. And they appear in March and June. They are very, very pretty layered flowers. You'd mistake them. And in my case, I mistook them for like carnations, like a different breed of carnation. But that's not what they are. They are absolutely beautiful, beautiful flowers. Number 8, we have the hydrangeas, and they're blue, green, white, or pink, and it means you are my heartbeat. And they have 75 species and blooms, and it's across America and Asia is where you get them from. The only thing I worry about this is you may have to spray it with hairspray, some kind of lacquer to keep, because the little petals, they fall so easily. I mean, even if you brush aside them in the summer and you're at the house, they just fall like... And it's not the best thing that you would want to have at your feet at your weddings when you're sitting there just going, kind of nervous. So hydrangeas, I'm not really fond of that one. The peony, as North America is for North America, Europe, Asia, and it means a happy marriage and good fortune. Peonies can live up to 100 years, which is another symbolization in itself if you want your marriage to be like longevity or whatever. And they are named for another symbolization, the healing god of the Greek god Pan. So there's that. It could be healing, longevity, and happy marriage is what the 3 of those, stick 1 or 2 in there, peonies. And number 10, we have the calla lily as Africa's native and wedding flower. So it means it's the Africa's native flower, but it's also their choice for a wedding flower. It's kind of traditional to have a calla lily in your wedding bouquet, and they're purple, yellow, pink, and they're trumpet shaped. Absolutely a beautiful, beautiful flower. You can also mix and match and arrange the way you want to. You don't have to stick to traditional wedding bouquets. I also have 3 extras. I told you I had 3 extras that I looked up the meaning for and that you may want to include in your bouquet for symbolization. And this is a baby's breath. It means innocence and purity, and it signifies fresh starts and everlasting love. So every time you, have 2 or 3 flowers. You pick up flowers. You have the baby's breath with you, and that's just a normal thing that people do, is like pair the two, the roses and the baby's breath. But that's what it means. It means everlasting love and fresh starts, and then the love from the rose, the red rose. So that kind of thing. We also have a tiger lily, which is my favorite. They're kind of orange, yellowish orange. They're bright orange, and they can be almost red sometimes. I love the colors. They have like kind of black tiger stripes, as you would think in them, and they mean wealth, prosperity, and abundance, and it means strength and resilience and pride and joy is what that also. So if your husband, or if you want to, as a wife, be known as a pride and joy, there you go. That kind of thing. Also, sunflowers. I've noticed recently, within the last couple of years, everybody wants to go to the barn house and wear their boots and little skirts and have sunflowers in their wedding bouquet. And sunflowers means happiness and positivity. It means loyalty and adoration. And if you think about a sunflower, the way that it raises his head up towards the sun when the sun is out, it means it could mean also a devotion type thing if you want to include a sunflower in your bouquet. Any of those are my advice. I'm just not really sure about the hydrangeas. Just that was not, I got this off of a list. I was thinking top 10 flowers, but a hydrangea? No. Not within little things coming down. You don't have to stick, especially if you're young and trying to get married, you don't have to stick to tradition. You don't have to. I knew a lady that wore a black and, not a black, she wore a purple and turquoise. Those were her favorite colors, and her husband just wore a casual shirt with blue, that turquoise and purple color, and everybody just kind of matched her, and that's how they married. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not traditional. And the guys in the wedding crew, they wore jeans, and she's just wearing a shirt, a dress. It's absolutely marvelous. I have a daughter that's planning a winter wedding, but she wants it to be red and black. She's taken, just out of advice, she's taken a dress that I wore at my wedding. My wedding dress was a size 1. Nobody's going to fit in a size 1 in this lifetime, not in my family. Again, so she took the lace from that dress and she cut it up into pieces. I'm thinking she did little heart pieces or whatever, and she wants it sewn into her red wedding dress. So I don't see anything wrong with that. She wants, it's a way for her to be married in my wedding dress without her having to fit into said wedding dress, because she is not a size 1. I am not a size 1 anymore. So there's that. Also, you can take pictures of your grandma or granddad have passed away, or if your mom and dad have passed away, or somebody you want close to you that has maybe passed away and you miss them. You can incorporate their picture in their bouquet. You can wear it in a bracelet or something like that. You don't have to I want so and so with me. Yes, you want them with you, but you still want to incorporate them somehow, and they don't have to be just out there. There was a time where I missed my grandpa a lot. He had just passed away, and I had a blue and white anchor dress, and he had been in the Navy. He served in World War II, so every time something important in our family happened, I happened to wear that blue and white Navy anchor skirt with the anchors on them, because I wanted him to be with me. I wore it at my daughter's graduation in 2013. I finally did away with that skirt. I started wearing it. It's the only one I had with anchors on it. But that's how that works. That's how you can take lace maybe from your parents' or grandparents' wedding dress, or maybe something from their wedding, and wrap your your bouquet with them. I mean, there's always a way to incorporate someone that you miss in your wedding. You don't have to, like I said, be all traditional in some of the ways. So there's my advice for new weddings, for new people coming up. You don't have to go thinking that you don't know how to work things. There's always a way to work things. There's always a solution. Always, I promise. I promise. I promise. And do not stress. Everything is going to come together. Weddings are important, especially to girls, because we dream about them all our lives. We do. I remember thinking when I was a kid, when I get married, I want it to be this big, and I want it to be, I'm going to walk down in ivory, blah, 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 and marble, and yeah, that's not the way it happened. I promise you. I promise you. It doesn't have to be just like you dream. And sometimes the accidents are probably the better things that happen in situations than it all being so perfect, because it gives people something to remember. So everything doesn't have to be perfect. Come on, guys, get it together. I do hope the best for you. I do hope longevity and happiness and adoration and all these great purity and loyalty into your weddings. And I hope that when you plan them, your nerves come together and you don't have to stress. It's not all like that. It shouldn't be about that. I know it's all stressful and stuff, but when you only do it once, you only have to worry about it one time. Y'all have the greatest day. Find something to laugh about. You are worthy. You are worthy of the wedding of your dreams. Just make sure you do it the way you want to do it. Don't let people talk you into something you don't want, like I do. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it. Long story, I promise. Y'all have the best day ever. Find something to laugh about. Find something to be grateful for. And have the best wedding and best day. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.